Hello everybody, welcome back. Today we're taking a look at this bushing compensator on this tricked out Colt Gold Cup. The content has been very sporadic these last couple of days. I got the two kids, Typhoid Mary and the professional doorknob licker, and they're both just bringing everything back in the house. And I've been fighting this cold, and it has been beating me up real bad. So we're going to get this video out for you today. So I got two different magazines here. We can see two different lengths, a 10 rounder and 8 rounder, 45 ACP, two different bushings. We got a bushing mounted and a bushing on the bench. We got some training ammo here so we can show you what's going on. So what we have, we've got a Colt Gold Cup, empty and clear. So we've got a Colt Gold Cup. It's using a slide mounted or bushing compensator on it. We've also got a pile of other parts. We've got some Wilson combat controls, mag release, mag weld that's been all flared and blended. So we've got a really nice shooter here, a really nice gun. But what you can see is that we have a nice expansion chamber, right? Big expansion chamber, big ports on the top, and a place for the bullet to pass through. Now, as this passes through, I'm going to try and illustrate this here. As this passes through, what we can see is that not only does the bullet need to pass through there, but the barrel needs to pass through there as well. Because it's bushing mounted and not mounted to the barrel, that is a necessity, right? It has to pass through that. It has to pass through that location. So bear with me for a second. I'll get this thing apart and I'll show you what is going on. So on this, we can see that we have taken some off of this. This part came oversized, so we took some off this to fit it specifically to the slide. We can see this nice big expansion chamber. We illustrated before that the bore has to pass through that as well. If we take a projectile, right, this is the same diameter here. This is again a training cartridge, but if we take this projectile and pass it through, we can see that we're way over the size of 45 ACP, right? So we're not really getting good gas retention behind this that goes into this chamber. So how this compensator works is that as the bullet travels down the bore, and this is all installed, and obviously this case isn't here, as the bullet travels down the bore, passes into this area, this fills with gas. Gas is expelled through the top and actually out the sides. These are directional, by the way. So these are gases pulled back, and that increases the lockup time and actually slows down the whole slide. We can get into that in another video. But because we don't really have great gas retention, lots of people will argue, okay, well, is this really even effective? Is this even an effective way to compensate? Well, I've A-B'd these back and forth. This original bush, this factory bushing, and this compensator bushing, I'm telling you right now, this definitely has an effect. Even though 45 ACP isn't a really, I wouldn't call it a really high pressure cartridge, but it definitely has an effect. But what I really like about this setup is that in a few seconds, I can go from having a compensated gun to having a non-compensated gun, right? So I can close it up and I can stick this slide back on, right? It's really hard to do this with the camera in front of you. So I can stick the slide back on and get this lined up just about perfectly. Good. And now we're going from a compensated gun to a non-compensated gun. We still got the magwell, right? So we can run these smaller Chip McCormick mags. We can use these slightly smaller Chip McCormick mags. But I thought it was a really cool way to sort of change this gun, and we could change the characteristics of it on the fly. So we could go from a compensator to a non-compensated gun right away. And if I wanted to shoot in a specific class that was big bore, that was using a compensator versus something that was not using a compensator, we could switch to that right away, have the same gun, same accuracy, same characteristics, same feel. So I thought that was really cool. I thought you guys would get a kick out of it, and those of you maybe that might not understand exactly how a compensator works, now you do. Anyway, it's been a pleasure. If you like the video, and I'll catch you in the next one.